Alrighty, and so comes a new video. In today's video, we will be talking about the contradictive behavior of junkies, druggies, however you want to call them. Now this, of course, goes with the exception of those born with addiction, or that just happen to get addicted because of opioids prescribed by a doctor and so on and so forth. We're talking about normal people who were born, without addiction, and were not addicted because of prescribed doctor type situation. This is just for everyday folks, someone like myself that's all like, well, drugs. Okay. So basically they're riding a bicycle and it's like, I shouldn't do hard drugs because they are addictive. And then next thing is, while riding this bicycle, they're just like, the stick, I should put it in the spoke here. And that's the equivalent of, maybe I'll just do it a little bit, knowing the consequences. And then when they ultimately crash because of their own actions and they end up on the ground doing this, ow, 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 they'll yell, "It's a disease, not a choice." I'll show you the meme, of course, of which I'm referencing here. So, that's literally how it goes. Literally. Logic. It's a simple concept. People try to make it more than what it is, or just have this victim mind frame, victim mentality mind frame. Either way, it's a way to avoid responsibility and taking accountability for their own actions. Because it would appear that this has become a trend. More so towards females, but of course this also applies to junkies as well, that don't want to admit that they fucked up, that they were in the wrong, that they willingly decided, hey, I'm going to stick this needle in me even though I know this is going to cause a problem for me because it is highly addictive, and the probability of me becoming addicted to this drug and therefore having a very hard future of trying to beat addiction, I'm going to do it anyways. Boop. And then what? They become addicted, and then they start screaming, "It's a disease! It's a disease! It's not my fault!" You see it all the time. I see it more than anything in Traverse City, Michigan. All these junkies are trying to blame it's some sort of disease rather than taking accountability for their own actions, taking responsibility for their own actions. They weren't held up at gunpoint saying, "Hey, inject this needle into you, man, or I'm gonna kill you." No, that is not the situation. Most of the time, they're just being stupid, or they're just peer pressured into it because everyone else do it, so I have to do it too. Or they're just using their sad, soapy situation as an excuse to do it, or whatever their reason being. But nonetheless, they do it willingly, they do it consciously, and by this point in time, it's 2019, everybody knows what happens when you put cocaine into your system, any sort of drug, methamphetamine, etc., etc. If you're going to do hard drugs, you're going to have consequences. Just like I explained with females and dating douchebags, your actions have consequences. Now, this can be a good consequence or a bad consequence. So say you help the homeless. Good consequences, you're doing good. You're putting good out there. They feel appreciated and they thank you. That's a form of good consequence. People notice you as being a good person, doing good things. Okay? A form of bad consequence, injecting cocaine into your system and then becoming addicted and crazy because of it. Makes sense, right? Logic, logic, simple Simon. So, long story short, I cannot believe I even have to explain this. It's 2019. Science, medicine, medical world, knowledge, intellect, common sense. I mean, come on. But doing drugs is a fucking choice. You're not born with a needle in your fucking arm. You're not smoking anything, snorting anything right out of the womb. You willingly do this on your own. You decide you're gonna do this. And you consciously do it. You know the consequences, you know the probabilities, you know what's gonna happen, but yet you choose and willingly decide to do it regardless. So guess who that's on? That's on you. Whether you're mature enough to take accountability and responsibility on, well, that's just on you as well. But most like, because Traverse City is such a safe space for these junkies and retards, the probability of them actually taking responsibility and owning up to their actions are the least likely route, and they will continue to scream, "It's a disease! It's a disease!" But it's not. I live in a world of reality and facts. Feelings do not override facts. My reality is facts defeat feelings. Facts are superior to feelings. Whereas so many in Traverse City, Northern Michigan, believe the opposite, where feelings are superior to facts. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I will live in, you know, a real world of where I see things as they truly are rather than what I feel that they are. So anyways, until next time.